So generally speaking, we found that the Walz administration enabled fraud by having a culture that accepted fraud, tolerated fraud, tried to suppress fraud in some ways, and did not hold anyone accountable in the agencies. And the public sees that there are being criminal indictments and charges and sentencing for the criminals who engaged in this fraud through our federal partners at the U.S. Attorney's Office. And we're grateful for the justice on the criminal side, but we also need accountability in the agencies and in the administration, and we will continue to push for that.
Tonight, 5 Investigates is tracking your tax dollars. $3.2 million to be exact.
That's how much money the Minnesota Department of Human Services paid out in bonuses to employees in the last 5 years. Investigative reporter Kirsten Swanson obtained data showing these payouts. Kirsten.
Well, guys, they're called achievement awards handed out to employees across state government to recognize outstanding performance. We found the state's largest agency, DHS, paid hundreds of employees each year, including a small team working on a Medicaid-funded program fraught with fraud. The praise rolled in for the team working on the state's Housing Stabilization Services program.
She has consistently supported the team
by working overtime to help manage the request backlog.
His efforts have been instrumental in reducing processing time.
In May of 2025, DHS rewarded 9 program staff and eligibility review specialists with an Achievement Award, the $1,000 and $2,000 bonuses given for their work on the Medicaid service that helped vulnerable people find and keep housing. But just 3 months after those payments went through,
the level of fraud in these programs is staggering.
The program collapsed.
In an unprecedented move, the state of Minnesota is shutting down the Housing Stabilization Services program.
Initially estimated to cost the state just $2.6 million a year, it surpassed $100 million in billed services by 2025.
These programs have been abused over and over to the point where the fraud has overtaken the legitimate services.
DHS tells us those 9 staff who received achievement awards had no role in reviewing claims or making payments. But data obtained by 5 Investigates shows as Medicaid payments soared in 14 high-risk programs, millions of dollars also went directly to DHS employees. Since 2020, the department paid more than $3.2 million in achievement awards. The amounts range from $1,000 to $3,000 per person. According to DHS policy, employees nominate an individual or team for outstanding work or results-based efforts. Senior leaders then review the nominations and select who gets an award. Using state payroll data, 5 Investigates found DHS employed about 8,300 workers during this time period. Roughly 6% received a bonus.
They're supposed to be a unique thing that you get for a distinct project that you did.
Faye Bernstein is a current DHS employee who blew the whistle on the agency's grant management practices.
I have never gotten one. 20 years. I'm probably the only 20-year employee who has never gotten one.
In a statement to 5 Investigates, DHS says the state has expanded the Achievement Awards policy to include recognition of staff efforts to prevent fraud, waste, and abuse, and to strengthen internal controls. During a recent interview, our Kevin Doran asked then DHS Commissioner Shreen Gandhi directly about those incentives for staff.
Were DHS employees ever given any kind of incentive to get the money out? Bonuses?
No, I can't. I don't recall anything like that. Anybody, giving a bonus for employees to get the money out.
As we combed through this data, we discovered that Gandhi herself received an achievement award. In May of 2022, she served as Assistant Commissioner for Agency Effectiveness and received a $1,600 bonus for diversity recognition. In a leadership shakeup announced last week that we previously reported on, Gandhi stepped down as commissioner, but will stay on as a deputy commissioner.
Fascinating report.
Yeah.